here on the 2014 QDMA hunt in the Brisbane Valley, chasing red stags. Got Willis McGee with me from Alabama. Having a good time? We've taken one good red stag. It was raining pretty heavily for the first 2 days, and we got a bit of cabin fever, so we decided to head out, and we got lucky on the first afternoon. We got drenched, but we got lucky. Maybe today's our day, Willis. What a day to be out. Rise right in front of us. He'll be 100 metres. Bang on him. Wait for him. He'll come in the clearing. He'll come in the clearing in a second. Wait for him. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Woo! Shoot him. He's down. He's good. He's down, man. Way to go. Good shot. Great shot. Almost there. Got some wear. I thought he was about 8. I think that's what he is, about 8-year-old in his prime. Well done. Done for everybody. The first Queensland red stag. One shot.
First thing, anything bigger than a whitetail.
Beautiful.
He's a whole lot bigger than a whitetail.
The beam. You don't often see that beam in a stag.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Big brows. Awesome.
Yep, you're right. It's worth leaving a bunch of gobbling turkeys for.
You left gobbling turkeys to come and hunt red deer.
I left a bunch of gobbling turkeys. Again, I saw 5. The last morning I hunted before I left on this trip, I saw 5 strutting, gobbling turkeys, called them to about 65 yards, and one was gobbling so hard he was practically hopping off the ground. But he was saying, "Come on, girl," trying to call me to her. And of course, thinking I was a hen and I couldn't go to him, and I kept making little hen noises trying to get him to come to me. But this was every bit of what I hoped it would be.
That's good.
I promise.
Monsters, good quality heads that everybody can access. Everybody has a chance to.
Real good healthy deer too.
Healthy deer. Taken under free range conditions. Fair chase, free range, totally. Taken with respect. Good man. Awesome stuff. Okay. Let's get this cape off this guy. We'll take the cape and the meat off him.
Okay, we do that in the field?
Yeah, let's get back out of here.
Okay.
Very good.
What can I do?
For the next rain, we'll hold this and yeah, skin him down. Here we are on day 3 of the hunt, and we've got a good stag roaring up above us here on the hill, and a chaser stag roaring in the gully. So we're going to try and make our way around this little guy and have a look at what this other guy is up in the hills here. Beautiful afternoon, rain's gone, and yeah, things are looking good.
Wait your time. Get plenty of time. He's coming. Plenty of time, wait for him. Plenty of time, wait for him. Wind's good. I think he's right, just I want to have a good look at him. When you get a clear shot. Shot, man.
That was a little too exciting.
It was good stuff. Willis McGee, you old Alabama buck shooter, you.
Well, we heard this stag real early, croaking almost in the dark as a fallow deer buck. And we drove part of the way, and then we started walking in this direction. And we couldn't find him for a long time. Either he quit croaking, or we may have been over the hill from him and couldn't hear him. We finally got high enough, and Clark heard him. And we walked, maybe we came 200 or 300 yards, and then we got close to him, and then we did about another 200 or 300 yard stalk, and got up here about 150 yards from him, and thank goodness I did my part. Shot good. It's beautiful, beautiful white-colored fallow. He's probably not as palmated, but he's got a lot of points. I could tell that, and he's real tall and wide. Very exciting hunt. Like I say, I still kind of got the shakes. Thank goodness I didn't shake too much before I shot. But we've got him down, and it's a great hunt. Very exciting.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
Your first Queensland fallow buck. So we've got a good red stag on the ground.
We do.
And now an excellent fallow buck. Yeah, in 3 days.
And it rained on us a lot of the first day.
It did.
Handicapped us a little bit. but this is a gorgeous day. And yesterday was a pretty day.
Yeah. No, it shows what they can do here. We've got red stags still roaring here, right beside us. We had that one just come in here before. We've got pig diggings right there. Fallow bucks and red stags. Awesome.
It just couldn't get much better.
He's a fine example. This guy, I think he's a 4-year-old. Just had a quick look at his teeth. They're not as big in the palm and that as in some areas, but we're slowly improving them over the years. So these fallow were introduced into Australia back in the 1800s, and there has been some escapes in it from deer farms. There's some small populations now right through the Brisbane and Mary Valleys.
Right.
So what we do is we try and keep their numbers in check and lift up the quality. Quality deer management on fallow deer as well here in Queensland.
You know, the thing that's remarkable about this country, not only the beauty of the country, but there's so much game. Red stags are everywhere. Just they're roaring in every direction, near and far, and you know, obviously young and old. You know, you can tell by the different sounds of the roar to some extent. Now, I'm still learning on that front, but you know, you hear higher pitched and then lower, deeper, and you assume that the older stags are lower and deeper. But just the sheer numbers of deer here is amazing. It's as much fun as I think I've ever had on a deer hunt, just because you know, our deer, you know, if you don't see a deer, you wonder if you were ever even within a mile of them. Here, you know they're deer here, but kind of like turkey hunting. You talked about there being some similarities between red stag and turkey hunting, but you hear the stags roaring, and you know they're just right here close and right over the next hill and all that. It makes for extremely exciting hunting.
Yeah, well, that's a big feature on the red deer, because they're so vocal at this time of the year. It gives you that the indication of where they are, but then you've got to bust into their family groups. We've got to get past those young stags,
right, and
past the females.
And that if there is a problem, and of course it's a good problem to have, but a lot of times to get to the stag you're trying to hunt, you bump into so many other deer. Sometimes they spook the deer you're trying to actually hunt. But that's not a terrible problem, and it's not a bad problem to have.
It's a good problem.
Yes.
Well, what we're trying to do with the overall herd is we've got to a level, population level that we want to remain at. We're keeping the female numbers down, and now we're trying to lift the quality of the stags up by removing those inferior genetic animals. That's what we'll go after now, as a cull stag or a management stag. And what we're finding over the years, because we have been practicing QDM now for 12 years on this property, the overall quality is of the red deer and now the fallow is coming up. And everybody's getting behind the system, and it's working.
And as we've already talked about, that's the hard part. A lot of times getting, you know, the deer herds in balance with the land and getting things into shape. And I've been practicing some form of QDM at home in Alabama for 35 years, and it's work in the early stages, but as you get closer and closer to what your goals are, it's more tinkering with something that's already a success, and it's more fun. It's fine-tuning, and that's the stage I'm in with my deer hunting and deer herd and all. But it's always interesting, and it's always a lot of fun, and I really admire what you're doing in this part of the country.
Thank you. We're just
y'all doing a great
following
job.
that QDM philosophy, and thanks again to Brian Murphy and Joe Hamilton, the fellows that set the standard that we've been following.
And we talked about the fact that you had to change some of the not really the principles of QDM at all, but some of the parameters that you work in, because these deer don't have as many fawns every year. They only have one, and ours a lot of times have two if they're healthy. And your stags need to be several years older than whitetails before they're considered mature. But most of the rest of the principles pretty much work the same way.
Exactly.
It just is slower and takes a little more time and a little more patience, which, again, if I admire anything, you know, the biggest problem we have is getting people to be patient and wait for the deer to do what they can do, and y'all have to wait even longer, which is I'm sure that causes some headaches, but it's well worth the effort to do it right.
And that's it. Getting the hunters to have faith in the system has been hard.
Well,
they've had to see the results. Some people have been very skeptical, but as the years go by, they start to say, yeah, this is working, we can see the results, and they're coming behind it. They're bringing other people, bringing their children in with them. It's great stuff.
We've got a gentleman with a daughter hunting right now, and wonderful stuff for the young people.
Exactly. Young Oscar's been
Oscar
with us.
here. We had the same thought at the same time.
He's on the camera, helping us out. Good stuff, mate. Yeah.
Oscar's doing a great job with everything.
Yeah, really good. So, no, let's get this guy caped out, and we'll get some meat off him, and I think we'll be able to go back and have an early early lunch.
We talked about that too. Anytime Judy's fixing something to eat, that's an event. She does a wonderful job in camp, and I'd say it's the best camp food I've ever eaten by far.
Thank you
And I've been to some really good camps with some really good cooks too. It's not like anybody's poisoned me over the years, but this is Judy just really she outdoes herself on everything. Breakfast, snacks.
You better hush. You better hush, because you have people coming out for the food more than the hunting.
You've said don't. Well, you know, it's funny. I ran a commercial hunting lodge for several years, and I used to tell people when I was booking, and we had good hunting, but you can guarantee the food's going to be good and the camp's going to be comfortable. You can't guarantee what these wild deer are going to do.
Exactly. Wild free-range animals.
And it shows, you know, obviously the work you've done on the deer here is so obvious, and the game is so rich and all that. And actually, probably it's easier to display it than on whitetails, because again, whitetails don't make all this noise. If they grunt, you can't hear it very far. You just really can't. But the things you can guarantee, like the food and the comfort in the camp and all that, man, that's just, you just do a wonderful, and Judy really doing a wonderful job on that too. And that's the kind of thing you can control.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
And like that first day, you know, when it rained nearly all day, and we sat in camp. You know, we did get out and we killed a really beautiful red stag in the rain, but more because we had camp fever than anything. We were just tired of being in camp. And but the point is the things that you can guarantee, you're doing much better than you know, average job on the things that you can guarantee. You work really hard on them as well as the wildlife.
Thank you.
And all of it shows.
Cut hold of my foot back here. He's just a normal carpet python. He's only about 7 foot long, a beautiful snake. Lovely snake. He's just a bit cranky. He's just having a few growls at me, hissing and carrying on. You just want to let go, don't you, Sid? Hey?
When you get real close in the sun's on him, it almost is iridescent, isn't it?
Yep. Beautiful, beautiful snake.
That second stag started to roar on top, and the fella just went up to him and just it blew me up. It blew me for 100 metres, and I couldn't. He beat me over the top of the big thick scrub on the other side of that hill there. Lantern and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, they just. A mob of cattle rolled up too. They came wandering over the hill and saw me from behind and across the top of the ridge line. But he roared after that, and he stayed. I still had him in the binoculars, and he stayed for a bit.
You didn't see what he was?
Hey?
You didn't see what he was?
I didn't get a look at his head. He was just sort of moving around in the trees there. That second stag came down on him. The second fella come down on him there. That was it. Look at this piece. Be serious, please.
James, in the middle, see? There. Fuddle. Here he comes. Yeah, when he comes up a bit, you see him to the left. Round there, see? Coming in. Right there. Down. In behind this bush. Right there. I'll pull him up. Just wait for him. Here he comes. Shoot him. Woo! Shoot him. Good shot. Yeah, you got a dingo.
Thank you very much. You said it earlier, there's no success like success.
Yeah, nothing succeeds like success.
Gee, I saw him coming way down the hill and then he got in the trees and I couldn't see him for a while, but I think I saw him before you did.
Yep.
But then you could see him several times when I couldn't see him. Probably.
Yeah. He comes straight down behind that big tree.
Yeah.
Good shot, shot him straight up the throat. Good stuff.
He ain't gonna run off.
He's down and dirty. And the stags are still roaring. And contrary to some opinions, we've fired the shot, killed the dingo, and we've still got 4 stags screaming their heads off at us, haven't moved an inch. 1 fawn killer bites the dust, 1 calf killer. Great stuff.
Good shot. Willis McGee. Oh, Alabama, stag shooter you. What are you trying to wipe the whole lot out? What a stalk.
It's all your skill, I promise.
No, mate. You're as quiet as a mouse through the bush. That's fantastic. Look at this. Sneak over, touch him with your barrel, make sure he's gone.
Okay, this is a really big old, probably what we'd call a management buck. We were coming in real early this morning in the prowler and saw him cross the road in front of us, got a good look at him, and Clark saw that he was a big mature bull and he's only a 3x2, and we just rode on past him and he started right back to roaring within 5 minutes. Gosh, we've been 2 hours sneaking up on him. Made a long stalk with he roared the whole time. We could keep up with where he was, and we sneaked up to within maybe, about 45 meters of him. And he kind of came up the rise, and I could see his neck real good. I think I probably shot him low neck or base of neck, but we dropped him, and we have a really beautiful cape and a great set of antlers that are little subpar for this area. They should be, at his age, he should be probably a 5'5" or 6'6" even. And this old boy just doesn't quite have as much antler as Clark would like to see. So we have hopefully enhanced the herd by getting him out of the gene pool and let some of these younger 5'5s have their way with the hinds.
Willis.
Thank you again.
Well done. Awesome job, mate. Fantastic. This is what it's all about. We went out and we took a great trophy, and I said to Willis, I'd like to get you a management stag, or what we call a cull stag roughly in our local slang, but a stag that we really don't need in the gene pool. We've got our maximum number of stags on this country that we want. So now we're raising the bar a little bit so that they've got to have the right configuration. Now this stag, we just had a quick look at his teeth as we set him up here, and I'd say 10, 11, maybe 12. It'll be interesting once we get that jawbone out. Old stag, and he's dropped right off. It's possible he might have been like a 3x3 or a 4x4.
A little better when he was maybe 8 years old.
Yeah, maybe a little bit better, but he would never have been
No.
a 12 or a big 10 or something like that. So,
and probably never was. That's
was,
the other
no.
point. He just doesn't quite have the genes to do what you're trying to do here.
yeah, and it's not about trying to do it to grow the biggest or the best, but we see that
But quality.
quality, the QDM.
That word keeps coming up, and there's a reason for it.
Exactly. Yeah, the unfortunate truth is that unless these things have got a high value to landowners and to the government, to the community, there's people out in our society over here especially that just want us to have no guns and no deer to hunt. The better quality these animals have in the herd, the more hunters we'll have out there that are keen to chase them, the more dollar return will be back to the local businesses and landowners, and the more secure their future. So yeah, it's all quality deer management. And you see this morning we set out there with 2 or 3 young hunters just starting.
Right,
They're keen.
right.
We've got how many? Half a dozen or more young kids in camp there, all keen.
A young lady that's followed her father around all week, and she'll be shooting next year.
She will be, yeah.
And that's wonderful stuff. Delightful girl, and her dad's a great hunter. He's helped us a lot on. Yesterday he was kind of helping spot for us, even though he could be hunting himself. He was. They're very, very. Everybody here is so kind, generous, unselfish. It's it's real wonderful hunting culture as well as
Thank you. Yeah.
beautiful country and beautiful animals. Everything about this is first class.
Thank you. No, we couldn't
Absolutely.
get a higher recommendation. That's just, we're trying to keep those old-fashioned values. The trust and the support and the love, the faith.
You're succeeding.
Yeah.
No question.
And it all revolves around this animal, and this is as much of our history. Like, we're both McGhees. We both come out of the Highlands there in Scotland.
Way back.
Way
in the
back.
mist.
This is our most traditional animal that we could ever have. This is our blood, this one, and the red stag. And for you to be hunting them up here, it's I think it's pretty special.
It is very special.
Yeah. Judy M.
I have had a wonderful hunt.
Been great. Just like to get you a big boar pig.
Yeah.
Big fella.
Last thing on the list.
Last on the list. We've got the dingo, we've got the fallow buck, we've got a trophy red stag, and now management stag. Fantastic. This is our world. This is our wild country.